cada quien con su santo, pero yo venero a la patrona, a la reina de reinas, a mi amada Santísima Muerte. Santísima Muerte de mi corazón, no nos abandones y danos tu protección. Amén.
Kassandra Arevaloz was born on August 25th, 1993, and she referred to herself as the thick Virgo queen on her social media, which, if you're familiar with my channel, then you know I too am a Virgo, and I always gotta shout us out whenever the opportunity presents itself to do so. So, shout outs to us. Anyway, according to her Facebook, Cassandra was originally from San Pedro, California, but was residing in Torrance, California. She seemed to be a very adventurous girl who loved the thrills of life. However, unfortunately, the beautiful woman who gave Cassandra life fell victim to COVID back in 2020, which ripped Cassandra apart. On her social media, she constantly made posts expressing how much she missed her mom, how much she loved her still, and on her mother's birthday, which was August 12th, you can see Cassandra singing happy birthday to her mom and just keeping her memory alive.
Feliz Día de las Madres, mamita, hasta aquí del cielo. Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday, Mom. Happy birthday, Mama.
Now, I'm going to pause on Cassandra's background here and segue a bit over to a man by the name of Avante Rose, also known as AR. Avante Rose, also a Virgo, born August 28th, 1978, was from Compton and attended Centennial High School as a teenager. Growing up, he loved sports so much he was headed to becoming a professional athlete, in which playing baseball would have been his career choice. However, at some point growing up, he ended up engaging in gang activity by joining the nationwide known Blood Gang. After running into the law several times, Avante decided he wanted to change his life and then pursue a music career as a rapper, along with his childhood friend since kindergarten, rapper Jason Taylor, popularly known as The Game. Avante was respected in the streets among his own gang family, as well as their rivals, the Crip Gang. He was closely acquainted with Nipsey Hussle, Snoop Dogg, Dr. Dre, and more, and based on what I've seen, people loved Avante all throughout the hip-hop community, especially over on the West Coast. Now, along the way in life, Avante and Cassandra, whose birthdays were just a few days apart from each other, crossed each other's paths at some point. It isn't said when the two met nor how long they've been together, but apparently the two met at some point and became a union. However, there had been some tension brewing amongst the two because as of just last week, on Tuesday, May 30th of this year, 2023, it was reported that after a very heated argument in the early morning hours, Avante killed his 29-year-old girlfriend, Cassandra, and then fled the scene. According to news reports, Cassandra's body was found by police in a home at approximately 6 a.m. in the 23700 block of Western Avenue in Torrance, California.
Turning now to developing news out of Torrance, detectives there are on the scene of a woman found dead in a home. Police say about 6 a.m. they went to the 23,000 block of Western to investigate the call. Police searched the home and discovered an adult female dead inside. Now, there were no other victims located in the residence. Torrance detectives were called and are now conducting a death investigation. The woman has not yet been identified and no word on how she may have died.
Now, Avante was clearly aware of the authorities searching for who was responsible for Cassandra's death, as a massive manhunt was initiated by investigators. Police were alerted that Avante was the suspect they were looking for. I want to assume maybe the family of Cassandra were the ones who may have alerted the police about him, but I cannot confirm that at this time. Well, after trying to hide out from the police for a couple days, he decided he wasn't going to let the laws take control of his life. So 44-year-old Avante ended his own life. He was found with a self-inflicted gunshot wound to the head in a vehicle at approximately 1:11 a.m. on Thursday morning, June 1st of this year. 111 are angel numbers, which can signify a time of renewal. That's very eerie. But anyway, I did see some rumblings online about how people felt like Avante decided to commit suicide because he allegedly had a lengthy criminal history and was more than likely afraid of going to jail for a very long time. Initially, it was said Avante killed Cassandra by shooting her. However, those close to the family said that Cassandra's father confirmed she was not shot, she was actually stabbed to death, which to me speaks to the intimacy of the crime. I always felt like in order to stab someone, you had to hate them with every fiber of your being, even if you didn't hate them before. In that moment, you had to have been so enraged that you felt capable of taking a knife and ramming it into someone's flesh. And if there's no connection between the people, then to me that just speaks to how pure evil one would be to stab somebody. But anyway, it was also initially said that Avante hung himself. However, that was also debunked in reports which revealed the self-inflicted gunshot wound. The location of where he was found is not clear. Now, Avante did have a messy past. During the mid-2010s, it was said that he was once married to a young lady named Shay. However, during his marriage, he was outed for cheating on her with other men's wives and girlfriends. And sometimes he would even get on social media to troll the men about that. And you can see that in a couple of screenshots I placed here in this video. Now, of course, that didn't sit well on these men's egos, so a rumor started to swirl around about Avante that he was on the down low and actually liked men. Of course, those are rumors with no regard. It's all alleged. I can't find any information on when Avante may have gotten a divorce from Miss Shay, if they ever really did got divorced, if they were ever really married, but clearly at some point he moved on to Cassandra. Although Avante had all that stuff going on, according to all accounts, Avante was funny, a good dude as far as they were concerned, and just spoke to him being someone that was trying to make a name for himself. People who knew him say they never really knew him to be violent or aggressive, and they would have never seen this coming, especially the suicide part. Rapper The Game was clearly distraught over the news of what happened. He went on to Instagram on Sunday, June 4th, and wrote a lengthy post dedicated to his close friend that reads, quote, "I waited a few days because the initial impact of hearing you were no longer here on earth simply crushed me. Since kindergarten, it's been me and you side by side going through life together, staying up past our bedtimes watching WWE, to walking to the store to get a soda and chips every time we mowed another lawn and made $1 a piece, to growing up smoking our first joint together, stealing cars, joining gangs, waiting on each other to get out of jail, selling dope, getting shot and surviving it all so that we could learn how to rap from watching 106 in Park, travel the world, stamp 4 passports, meet fans and see places we never imagined. It was always Chuck and AR. It hurts my heart to know that all I have left is my memories, and I've been drowning them with my tears this entire weekend. I'm crying while I type this because I miss you so much. My emotions are all over the place because of the entire situation, and it's hard to feel the way a person should normally feel when losing a best friend, brother, due to the fact that you not only took your life, but you took someone else's as well. I send a tremendous amount of prayers to her family, and my heart is with you all as you process the untimely death of your daughter, sister, niece, cousin, family member. In no way, shape, or form do I mean any disrespect at all or condone his actions in the matter, but I promise you didn't know the Avante I did. The Avante I grew up with, fought with, cried with, and stood back to back for 30 years with was a happy comedic father and friend who loved hard and would literally literally do anything for me, my children, or anybody he loved. He was at the hospital for each of my children's births, and he did not miss one of their birthday parties, and they would smile so hard when they seen him coming. I got and woke up from my coma as soon as I was discharged. He was right there to take me home. I got stories, memories, and stuff I could share with you for days. But right now, my tears are an ocean running down my face as I'm still in shock, disbelief, and repudiation over the whole situation. I'm hurt beyond belief, and I'm gonna miss you every day until I am no more. I love you, and my heart is with Miss Rose. End quote. Ooh, that gave me chills even reading it. I feel so bad. Wow. Cassandra's loved ones spoke out on her behalf, of course, expressing how they missed her, and even decided to go on Avante's Facebook page in his comments and express their hurt and anger towards him for killing their loved one, understandably so. And I'll place those screenshots here in this video at this point, and you can feel free to pause to read the comments. Now, covering this story was so bizarre to me because this story is very similar to a story I did covering two couples whose fate was identical to this. One of the couples, the woman's name was also Cassandra. She was murdered by her boyfriend Jovan Belcher, who turned around and killed himself. Also, Stephanie Mosley, who was murdered by her husband, who was also an aspiring rapper that was familiar with the who's who's of the industry. His name was Earl Hayes, who then killed himself right after murdering Stephanie as well. Right now, there really isn't a whole lot of information out about this case. You can even go look it up like here on YouTube. Not many people are really talking about this, and reports online are all giving pretty much the same information amongst all platforms. You know, just waiting for more details to be revealed, as am I. Apparently, this case is being investigated as a murder. Unfortunately, this is just another story of when a person loses all control and literally ends it all. Avante clearly knew how to hide his issues behind a smile. He had a messy past for sure, and certainly displayed a lack of respect for women based on his behavior surrounding women he dealt with. I think it does speak to his ability to take a young woman's life just because they had a heated argument. Now, I don't know all that went on during that argument. I don't know what was said. I don't know if there was a physical fight before the murder. I don't know if it was intentional or an accident. What I do know is a woman was murdered as a result of rage, a feeling that would have passed eventually. And a man is gone because he was too fearful of the repercussions of his actions that those around him could never even imagine he was capable of. He didn't consider all those who loved him or all those who loved her, and had no regard for life, not anyone else's nor his own. Now, both sides are mourning this sudden loss of their loved ones. It's just really tragic all around. Maybe now, Cassandra is finally reunited with her mother once again. My condolences to the loved ones on both sides. I pray for the healing of everyone involved. Rest in peace to the very beautiful Kassandra Arevaloz. May she fly high amongst the angels. Rest in peace, Avante. May his spirit be where God sees fit.